So you failed. You have to start over. You made a mistake and you're struggling to deal with it as a man. That's okay. That's something that's meant to happen. That's something that's supposed to happen. We all fail. But what determines your character and what determines you as a man is if you get back up and fight. If you get back up and you learn. I'm sitting here and I'm thinking and I'm like, thinking about all the times I messed up, all the times recently, like over the past year, 2, 3 years, where I've messed up, where I'm like, fuck, I put myself in a bad situation that I may have not seen in the future, or I may have seen it, but I was like, it's not gonna happen to me. I'm too smart. I'm good to go. For example, just to give you guys a story, not too long, I was staying with a lady. I was in a relationship and moved in. We had a house and things were going good. I didn't think nothing would go wrong. I didn't think nothing would be wrong. Next thing you know, things became toxic. It became super toxic. Like, I'm talking about where I was stuck between a rock and a hard place because I had already made the decision to get a place with this woman, to move out of my mom's house. And I was embarrassed and ashamed that it didn't work out. I was afraid to go back. Long story short, the toxicity got to this high, so much to where I could not handle it no more. I was going to snap, so I had to make a decision. I had to say, okay, do I want to sit in this space and knowingly I'm going to snap eventually, or do I want to make the better decision to leave and suck up my pride and my ego, leave it at the door, call my mom and say, hey, I need to come back and accept that embarrassment. But that's what I did. I for sure did that. It sucked. Like, the first night I came back, bro, I was so sad. I was so embarrassed because I thought I had it all figured out. Mind you, the age I was at the time, I was only like 22, just turned 22, maybe 23. And I was so embarrassed. I thought I failed. I thought I fucked up. I thought my life was over. But guess what? That failure taught me a very valuable lesson. It taught me to not be in that situation again. It taught me to, before I make that jump with another woman, to create some prerequisites for that woman, that not on no weird stuff, but some things that, develop a checklist to where it's like, hey, before I move in, before I take another woman seriously, these are the things that I require from you, for me to, potentially take that next step, to move in and to do these different things. That's the most important thing. You want to learn from your failures. Another story I have is my brother. And Jonah, I'm sorry, before I say this, if you see this, I love you, and I'm not going to put all of your business out there. But just to give some background, my brother, he was in high school. He should have had like 50 Division I offers. If you don't know what Division I is, that's like the highest tier of college football you can play, of college sports you can play. He couldn't get it right with his grades, so he had to go to community college. So my dad and me had, gave him some advice. Hey, this will be the best community college for you to go to, for you to get back on track, and for you to, reach your dreams and aspirations of potentially going to the league, going D1, and also doing these things. So long story short, Jonah gets to the junior college. He practices for a month, maybe 2 months, and he gets into a situation with a woman where he decided, hey, I don't want to play football anymore. I'm going to move to another state, and I'm going to go somewhere else to where, because he was in love. So he moved, and then he moved to a whole nother state with this woman by himself. Didn't want to play football no more. Next thing you know, him and the woman have a falling out. And guess what? He wanted to play football again. Now, this is a very important lesson because most men would be like, man, I lost my football dream. I fucked up. I'm scared to hit the coach up. I'm scared to apologize and admit my wrongs. I'm scared to talk to my dad about it. Jonah took the man route. He talked to the coach that he was previously, at the school that he previously was going to attend. He talked to my dad. He made a contract and said, hey, I'm gonna be on point. I want to play ball again. And guess what? He went there for 2 years. He played ball, JUCO ball. And now this fall, he's going to be on Georgia State playing football at Georgia State, Division I. He had crazy offers. But this is only a short story to let you know that, hey, you may make a mistake, you may fail, but that's not the end. You're only in your 20s. You're supposed to fail. You're supposed to learn. You're supposed to make these mistakes. Stop being hard on yourself. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to be frustrated. But the most important thing when you make a mistake or when you fail, you want to analyze what you did wrong, and you want to use it as data and fuel to drive you to the next phase and the next step of your life. You're never going to progress in life if you don't fail and you don't drive it and learn from it. When I played football myself, every practice, every game, you didn't have a perfect game. But what was the difference between the good players and the great players? The great players are going to, after practice ends, after the game ends, I'm getting straight on my phone. Those athletes that are watching this, you're going to get on Huddle and you're going to look at every single play of practice, every single play in the game. I already knew I had made mistakes. I want to go back. I want to see what mistakes I made, why I made the mistake, what I was thinking, what I saw. I want to see it before the coaches see it, so they know that I'm there and I'm ready to go and not make that mistake again. That is how you have to treat life as a man in your 20s. You have to stay motivated. You have to develop a purpose. And yes, you're going to fail, but I guarantee you, you will fail every time you do not try. I bet you there's a chance that when you do try, you will succeed. But if you never try, you will always be a failure and you will always fail. You will always be out of shape. You will always be broke. You will always not get the cute girl that you want every single time you don't try. So don't forget that. Don't sit here and say, hey, J3, I'm going through all these things and my life is over. I can't get it back on track, because you really can get it back on track. It might take some months. It might take some years. If you quit that toxic job, or you started at that job and you thought it was going to be better than what it was, and it's not, don't be afraid to leave. Don't be embarrassed to say, hey, I need help. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to find a mentor. Whether it's someone on YouTube like myself, you want to leave a comment for advice, your dad, your uncles, your older brothers, whoever, find a mentor, because I guarantee you, they have went through it too. Last but not least, the last point I want to make about this, think about your brain, right? Our brains continue developing into our 30s. And the one thing that most people don't know about our brains is that we can recorrect it. We can, I don't want to say fix our brain, but we can correct our brain and train our brain to think differently, to create new habits, to just fuel a different person. We can take everything that we did wrong, that failure, that lack of success, those mistakes, and we can find the common denominator, whether it's you yourself, whether you suck at, reading situations, whatever it may be, you can figure that out and you can put that in your brain and you can correct it. So in the future, it's not going to happen again. Do some research on how malleable your brain is, how you can reconstruct your brain. Read some books. Every time you fail, that's going to be something else new you learned. So this was just sitting on my chest and I had to get this out to talk to you guys. If this video hit home or resonated with you, give it a like, please, comment and share, and let me know about your experience. I'm interested in hearing it. And if you want more topics, more videos, leave a comment and let me know what you would like me to talk about. It's your boy J3 and I'm out.